it's a teaser, and they came out saying this is a game engine. What are we looking at? Lynn? God dang it, that's inappropriate.
It was his arm.
I know.
Welcome to the Nerdentials podcast, starring your hosts, Joe Tweedy, Matthew Johnson, Nick Thomas, and Lynn Dudgeon.
I'm just gonna jump right in.
So soft.
You guys cool with that?
Did you make notes?
What are we
notes?
jumping into?
Oh, I made no. You helped me make notes. Don't act.
Hold on.
Don't
What are we
act
jumping into?
stupid. What?
What are we jumping into?
The lake.
Has it been that long, Matthew?
The lake?
And that's when you go long for what?
Has it been that long? Wait.
Since we've recorded an episode.
Short dick jokes.
Well, I wasn't going there, sir.
I did.
But you went there
I'm
for
like a
us.
Field mouse in the wintertime. Wait.
Hey, I might be hung like a mouse, but I'm fierce.
Still fierce.
And on that note, guys, welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly dose of the nerdy essentials covering film, TV, video games, and comic books. I'm your host, Joe Tweetin, and with me we have a almost completely full table. I only say that because there's only one member not physically here this time.
What
Sorry.
is this again?
Anyway, for you guys on the YouTubes, you'll see there's a third body sitting at the physical table here for the Nerdentials.
To get extra physical.
I don't remember why I'm here.
Okay, well, let's get to the introductions, and I'm sure you'll find your way, sir. As I said before, I'm Joe Tweetin, and sitting next to me, returning after what seems like forever. We won't put a timestamp on that. It's been a while. The Matt Johnson, the red ginger beard, returns.
Hello, everybody.
He's still acquiring those souls.
Easy.
Shh.
He's trying hard.
I'm stealing souls.
And coming in as a surprise appearance, at least in the physical sense for you YouTube viewers out there, sitting next to me in the studio itself, we have the Nick Thomas. Actually here.
It's great. I think the last time I was here was last year at E3 Blowout.
How ironic. If you guys are reading the title of the episode prior to hitting play, you'll notice we're doing some E3 coverage 2018. And it has been a year.
A year.
A year.
We've had some faces come and go, but
you haven't
the
forgotten all
main
your
crew
footage.
has stayed here. So
Sorry, Nick, didn't mean to talk over you there.
That's all right.
It has been a while, and we have all reconvened. And it would not be entirely complete without the sandy nethers of the northeastern corner of Nevada.
his video's making me dizzy.
Oh, he's cringing at my introduction here. The Lynn Dudgeon.
Sandy Nethers.
Mr. Lynn, you are here.
That almost makes me think of and back to you at the studio, Sandy Bottoms.
I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm here.
You're there?
But you're with
I'm
us.
here, not
But
there.
you're with us on the show.
But who's on first?
And you're in spirit.
Yeah.
What's on second? Let's not go there, guys. We have.
I'm not in spirit.
You're not here in spirit. You're here digitally. I'm pretty sure that's an accurate statement.
Yeah, I'm here digitally.
Digital?
Oh.
Barry's here in spirit.
Oh, not that kind of digit.
Oh,
I get
touche,
what you're saying.
sir.
That's
Touche. For you listeners out there that don't know our reference, he's talking about hard alcohol.
no. I thought he was talking.
I thought he was talking about Jeff Berry, who was here last year at
Jeff
E3.
Berry.
Oh,
It's like I'm talking about Jeff.
shout out to Jeff Berry. I thought you were talking about the spirits in which you are drinking, not the spirits in which we are missing the Mr. Berry himself. Yeah, see, there's the
That's not Jeff Berry.
it's a
That's
berry-flavored vodka.
I gotta go get me some of that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
what?
a quick round table. For once, Nick, you're not drinking Sprite. What are we sipping on today, boys? Starting with you.
I
got?
am drinking Two Towns cider. It's their outsider.
Is it local?
It is actually. I think
You
it's out of
sticking with
Eugene.
tradition?
I think it's out of Eugene.
Nice. Matthew, I know you're partaking of similar flair. What flavor are you hitting?
Actually, I have the same flavor as he is right now.
All right, well, a whole bunch of uniqueness here. I'm hitting up the 10 Barrel Brewing Company's newest release called Coast Trip. It's a cream ale with guava. I like all of the 10 Barrels releases I have up to this point. This one is interestingly smooth and tasty.
I can concur.
I took
Two
a
Towns
taste of it.
Cider House, Corvallis, Oregon.
Oh, that's nice. Mine is Bend, Oregon.
Oh,
I will say
We are
that
local.
mine is also local. I did pick it up at my local store.
Ayo. But in the spirit of summertime, it is a 4th of July themed liquor or spirits, if you will.
This is true.
What is it?
The red,
It's
white, and blue. Red, white, and blue Smirnoff,
Smirnoff.
or red, white, berry Smirnoff.
Red, white, and berry.
It is cherry, citrus, and sweet blue raspberry.
Jeff
it's so good right now.
I know. Again, we missed the Jeff
We miss
Berry.
you.
Who?
Baby, come back.
He might return in the near future. Our 2-year anniversary is coming. Not too far away, boys.
Who are we talking about?
It's been a while.
Wait,
You know what? Let's move on. We'll refresh your memory at another time.
All right.
But guys, we're all here for the E3 extravaganza, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. For those that are who are new, maybe to gaming. Although, if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably very familiar with what we're going to dive into.
He actually hit all 3 E's, actually, by the way. That was impressive.
Electronic Entertainment Expo, E3.
Boner.
This is 2018's.
I feel like every time you say E3, that should be like Pee-wee's Playhouse, where it's the word of the day.
E3.
And
you're right.
now it's going to happen for the rest of the show.
Great. All right, so we'll insert that every time. Guys, we're gonna cover all the big. Thank you, Lynn. Yes, perfect. I'm gonna save that visual clip of you wigging out like Pee Wee Herman in his playhouse. Listeners,
Whoa.
you can be confused for a minute. I apologize. Viewers, continue to be entertained. You guys should really go check us out at youtube.com/c/Nerdentials
On the YouTubes.
for all this crazy visual mayhem. It's not that crazy, but it is unique.
Or they can find us all in one place.
Nerdentials Media.
Nerdentialsmedia.com.
Shameless.
It's not shameless. How else is anyone gonna know? If they,
Shameless. It's advertising, sir.
this could be their first time listening, and to you out there, I say
Whoa.
welcome.
Come back. Just come back.
Baby, come back.
Come back and visit us some more.
Baby, come back.
and visit.
If you're not shied away from the chaos happening now, then continue to follow. We do cover TV and film, as I said in the intro, but today it's gaming because one of our favorite summertime events happened, and that was the E3
Nerdgasm.
Expo, where all the big developers in gaming, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Bethesda, Ubisoft, and a handful of others, congregate in one area and showcase their latest offerings of games that are in development or coming soon, and in some cases, launching that day.
Wait, what was that called again?
E3? Don't worry, guys. We're not going to annoy you that much. It is going to be something funny. So you guys should be drinking while listening to this if you can.
If not, then this is going to be a poor excuse of a time.
He's going to avoid that name every single time.
It's going to be a challenging episode for you to get through. So I suggest picking up your favorite local spirits and sipping on it while listening.
And learning about E3.
Unless you're underage, in which case go find a good soda.
Yes. No drinking when you're underage.
We do have some young listeners. Anyway.
Unless you're in Germany, then underage is relevant.
Anyway, moving on, guys.
He does have a point, but still.
We're not gonna. This is not gonna be a deep dive of E3. It's gonna be a full-length episode where we. God dang it! Lynn was on it.
I missed.
I gotta work around for this, guys. All right, here we go.
I can't make promises.
Say that again, Lynn.
I said I told you I can't make any promises.
All right. Is it only when I say that?
I'm okay. Yes, that's the key word. It's,
Say what?
So if I think about it, I can work around it potentially. So if I say the expo that included a bunch of entertainment.
What kind of entertainment?
But just as long as you stay away from the word E3.
Yeah! Oh God. I apologize if this is your first time listening to us, but
it's my first time back in like 2 months.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I do not apologize. I hope this is entertaining.
You love us, and this is why you guys come back.
Baby, come back
again.
All right, guys. We can continue with the peppered in shenanigans as we talk about this year's E3.
And they're both up in the Pacific.
Oh, Lynn, where were you? Where were you?
He's like, nope. There was lag.
I'm sorry about the lag.
I'm sorry.
Lynn does hail from about 12 hours southeast of us.
Yeah.
What happens when your nethers are salty?
Yeah, their internet is transferred via tumbleweed.
It's slower than dial-up. It's amazing we're having this conversation at all.
My internet hits Utah and then goes back to Reno and then goes to Oregon.
There you go. It bounces a few times. All right, guys, let's dive into this. This is Nerdentials' second annual blowout of, you guessed
World
it,
exclusives.
E3.
Last year we split them up into... Last year we split them up into different shows for each one.
We did
them all.
Yeah, we're gonna cover it all. You guys know that a lot of, 3 of the 4 hosts here are Xbox players, so we might spend an extra couple minutes on that one. Sorry, Lynn, but we will allow a good amount of coverage for what you're excited about,
and we won't try to be completely biased
for sure.
In all fairness, though, I followed Nintendo a little harder than PlayStation.
Amen to that. That's fine.
BC Master Race.
Shocking, but welcome. So, we're going to kind of go sort of in order just from what we took in as things premiered. I think EA hit things up first, but they're a publisher, so and their games are coming on to multiple consoles, so we'll cover games they released in the mix. We're going to just hit the heavy hitters like Microsoft, Sony, a little bit of Nintendo. Their showcase was quite short. And then as far as Ubisoft, Bethesda, and EA is concerned, we'll mention their games as we go through this.
And From Software. Because I really... Yeah. Anyways.
Matthew's a little excited about From Software and their offering this year. So we'll get to that soon. Let's jump into the Xbox conference first.
I gotta say, to start this out...
So, because you wrote the notes on this specifically, I'm going to let you open us up with... Go for it.
Oh, I was going to say, just to kind of start it out, I was really impressed by their showing this year. They kept it beautiful. They had the biggest crowd they've ever had there. And it was packed.
Last year was hardware. What do you think? What do you feel? How do you feel about this year?
Last year was about developers. This year was about developers. They unveiled their whole plan of bringing in 4 big studios to all head up games.
Specifically for Xbox.
Yeah, specifically for Xbox.
Games.
Yes.
For the
developers,
games like you and me.
Their big thing is to make sure that we're taken care of.
Exactly.
So, since you already brought that up, as far as, what do you want to hit first, Nick? Shall we kind of just talk about the developers that got brought on first?
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Hey, Can the PlayStation guy say a game that he's super excited about on
For sure.
Xbox?
Absolutely.
Wait, hold.
The new Cuphead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game, the time era that it's set in, that is super nostalgic and super reminiscent for me. And the fact that it's like a bullet hell type game, I love it. But I love that game. I love that company, and that almost sold me buying an Xbox. Was just that game alone.
And for you listeners out there, we are starting a GoFundMe to get Lynn an Xbox.
Yeah, we want him up there playing with all of us and all of you.
He said he's going to work towards saving for one. We're going to kind of help that along.
I
Anyway,
wrote
sorry,
some
Nick.
notes on this, and I'll just kind of go over them because I wrote some numbers down, which were very impressive. Largest E3 live audience came out swinging. 50 games during their expo. 18 of which were exclusive titles, and 15 were world premieres on the Xbox.
Which is epic.
The 5 game studios they decided to bring forth that they're going to be pushing big is The Initiative, Undead Labs, Playground Games, Ninja Theory, and Compulsion Games.
Fists in the air right
excited
now.
about
Fists in the
Playground
air.
Games, actually.
Like from Compulsion Games, We Happy Few.
That really dark, twisted,
Yeah.
artsy storyline.
And if you have not played the game preview for it, you should. Because when this actually releases, it is going to be epic.
And that one's not console exclusive. Everyone's
No.
going to get to try that
Yeah.
game out when it releases fully.
I tried the game preview. That game's got some pretty twisted things going on in it.
I feel like with that one, with the We Happy Few, those who liked the what is that one with the freaking the Bethesda one with the kingdom or the mask, Dishonored.
Yeah.
If you like Dishonored and BioShock, it's very
Well, the
much
feel
like
kind of
that.
reminded me of BioShock. Really
Yeah, it's
heavily.
very reminiscent of like playing like BioShock,
Yeah.
where everybody's wearing happy masks and taking drugs, and if you don't, they hunt you down.
Sounds like a horror flick.
Oh
But-
man,
Yeah, Microsoft knew exactly where to hit us in the cockles of our hearts. The first video we got, it was this massive landscape. You see everything happening. You see Marines in the background, and all of a sudden, the camera starts panning out. You got a very, very unique helmet that we're all so used to.
Master Chief.
Oh yeah,
Oh, we're jumping there. Okay.
that was where they first started. That was
Yeah,
the first
that was-
video.
Oh, no, yeah.
Halo exclusive.
So let's have a brief... I kind of want to just have a... I know we got a lot of things we want to cover, so we're not going to spend a super long amount of time on each thing. But when we learn more about said games that we are excited about, we will bring them up as, time goes by.
They will be their own episodes because some of these games I will talk about for forever.
And the way they put it when they showed it was Xbox exclusive.
Absolutely. Microsoft is not screwing around with their flagship title. The only downside is that the game is going to take longer than most previous game cycles. Typically, 343 Industry Studios now goes on a 3-year development cycle between each major release of Halo.
Right.
And this is going to be the longest period where we could see up to maybe a 5-year gap before this drops. We will probably be seeing this by 2020. And the only reason the speculation out there is because they developed a new game engine called Slipstream just for this. And guys, even though the art style, and we did notice that the art style of the teaser of Master Chief and even the ring world that mysteriously we don't know anything about yet, that art style went back to classic Halo 1 because they're trying to take a very Master Chief... Guys, what are you nodding at each other for? What's going on here? So,
We have a bromance going on.
listeners at home,
We're good.
Lynn and Matt are having a moment. So check it out on YouTube. It's kind of hilarious.
I can feel the heat from here.
It is steamy. Anyway, Matt, we're Master Chief focused. They made a huge course correction when fans got a little upset about the main campaign for Halo 5 being a little too focused on a secondary character that, to be honest, out of four major titles, all focus on Master Chief. They just fans just didn't take too much liking to the Locke character and what he offered, and way less focus on Master Chief. So, but yes, Lynn. But the multiplayer had never been better up to this point. Like, Halo 5 has maintained a solid multiplayer base. People still play that to this day. It's been almost 3 years since it released. They're still going strong.
I still haven't played it.
But I'm sad for you, Nicholas. I'm very sad for
It's
you.
another game I have to buy.
Spoilers.
But
Anyways.
This, it's a teaser, and they came out saying this is a game engine. What are we looking at? Lynn? God dang it, that's inappropriate.
It was his arm.
I know.
That was my. Whoa, calm down.
The
Don't get that
of his arm.
excited.
I'm always excited when you're around, Lynn.
That's
Always.
gonna be an intro. That's gonna be an intro cold open or an outtake.
Yes.
I'm not sure yet. God, you listeners out there that can't see, Lynn just kind of pulled his arm up real weird like, and it looked like something else. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
But
We're going to keep
like
this
a what?
It
show
looked like
PG.
Looked like a hairy butt. Yeah, we're trying to stay PG here.
No,
Okay.
but along with the new Slipstream,
Go on, Nick. Sorry, I've taken the
that's
lead
fine.
from you a little too much here. But
they herald this as his biggest adventure yet,
yes,
Yes.
which is hard to believe because we've seen him do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
aside from game engine turnaround, like creating a new game engine, and if we're not going to see this for another year, maybe two, they've got some time to really put a lot into this, and they're claiming it's going to be the biggest Master Chief release. Indeed,
Yeah.
They also said they're going for an open world format, which is kind of like, well, interesting. We all, you Destiny fans out there are kind of, who came from Bungie fandom are kind of like, that's interesting. Open world. What are you going to do with Master Chief? So it's kind of up in the air as what that means.
Taking
But
places where he's never been. Wait.
Drown
as
him in the
cliche
flood.
as that is, Matthew, it's true.
Like,
What?
what kind of place are
Len.
we talking about? Ohio?
Yes. Ohio.
Let's say this though. People are speculating two things. One, this teaser they claimed 343 Industries said it has nothing to do with plot specifically, but it is a tech demo showcasing the Slipstream game engine. So it's super photorealistic. We saw alien rhinoceroses, alien deer. We saw what looks like a new Halo ring, maybe. And blades of grass, the fields, the environments, everything is like more photorealistic and more detailed than we've ever seen. You guys make this so fun for me to lead. Drink a little more. Let's see where we go.
No, Nick started it.
I know. I'm going to pass it off to him right here. So, we don't know. There's a lot of theories going on about what we did see, but they're not admitting to it being directly related to a specific storyline. It is more of a showcase of what the engine's going to be capable of, so we know what it's going to look like, but we don't know what the story is. But we did see Master Chief insert a little AI chip into the back of his helmet. But if, spoiler warning, skip ahead 10 seconds if you guys don't want to hear this, starting now, Cortana went AWOL at the end of number 5. So now that they've skipped ahead 10 seconds, what's going on with that?
I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's more important isn't what
Damn
they
it.
showed in there. It's what they didn't show. Who's going to be our adversaries? Who's going to be the...
Right, the enemies, yeah. Where are they?
Because we've had the Covenant, and we've had
The Flood and the
Prometheans.
Prometheans, the like origin race of the rings that created the rings. I do believe there was a quote. Sorry, I don't have the reference, but they did say all three of them will be featured in the plot for 6.
Makes sense.
For Halo 6, which is being called Halo Infinite, if we didn't already say that.
Drown him in the flood.
Yeah, could be.
Hey, the flood will never go away.
Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, I know...
I mean, that's literally
20.
right there. Sorry.
Whoa,
20.
and you're hyped up to level 20, and you've not even played any of them, or have you? Have you played any of the previous...
What are you talking about?
Whoa!
He's got
Sorry.
an Xbox 360,
I'm sorry.
bro.
I'm so sorry. What was the last Master Chief title you got up to?
He has Halo Reach, man.
Don't be... Hey! Defense, it's okay.
Sorry.
I'm asking an honest question. I'm not making fun of the Sony player here.
Yeah.
What have you played up
play
to?
Reach. I did
Reach?
play Reach. Up to Reach.
Was that after 4? Did you play 4? Oh, you didn't hit 4. Okay.
Halo 4 wasn't...
That's why I kind of tucked my phone when you said that Cortana went AWOL.
I know.
Thanks
Yep.
for spoiling that thing.
Oh, well, thanks for spoiling it for everyone else.
This guy, right? This guy.
It's all good.
Freaking good.
Hey,
Because
can I...
didn't know.
I'm gonna...
But now...
I may
after-
leave this in. I may cut this out. Lynn, I will admit one thing to you, though. That's a spoiler to me, because I have not completed Halo 5 at all.
Well,
Why are you searching the internet for spoilers then? I purposely avoid them.
I don't. I listen to podcasts who just openly omit things out in the open to me sometimes while I'm listening. I'm whoa, and I can't skip them.
That's why the only podcast I listen to is ours.
we're in the same boat, Lynn.
Good on you, sir. We'll talk about creative reasons why you should listen to other podcasts at another time. That's not this coverage here.
Nope.
Okay, anyways.
That's fine. We have some faithful followers, at least. You guys. That's great. Hey.
What I will say about this
Not
teaser,
me.
though,
Hold on. Hey, stop it.
is it is what it is. It is a huge teaser. We don't know what the backstory is going to be. We don't know, like you said, what if they bring in a new enemy or an old enemy,
Or if it's a prequel.
or if it's a...
What Matt
Whoa.
is getting here, guys, is don't kill it with the hype train.
You were there
not
with me
kill it
on the
with
prequel.
Hype train.
Oh, okay.
No.
I will always be a Halo fan. Like, no matter what. Like, Halo... Okay, I will say this. I played Halo 2 before I played the original Halo. Because I was
That's
playing
so
multiplayer.
weird.
But anyways.
True.
You missed on the sniper pistol.
Oh, no. I went back to Halo and...
He
sniped
tried it.
pistol.
He
I
knows
know
what it
about the
had.
sniper pistol.
Magnums.
You had to go back to it.
Dude, dual magnums
Hey.
on freaking multiplayer in Halo 2 was my go-to,
Yeah.
bro.
But they were
They nerfed.
They were-
Yep,
No.
nerfed it.
I played SWAT all the time. They were not nerfed.
But
Yes,
but
that's
you could-
SWAT.
but
you could snipe. You could snipe across Blood Gulch with a magnum.
I understand this. Okay.
I
I
agree,
can no
Lynn.
scope from across the thing with the sniper. Anyways, so we're gonna go. I'm getting ahead of it.
Anyway, you're...
I will still be hyped up for this game, even if I know the background to this game. Like I love Halo. Master Chief is,
And because it's focused on
iconic.
him, that gives you plenty of
Yeah.
fuel to be excited.
We all got Halo boners, and they will last longer than 4 hours. We may get seek physicians helps.
Yes. I concur with that. So does Lynn.
The smirk is real, but realized.
I'm the guy that says inappropriate things. I apologize.
So, guys,
But yeah,
I just keep it in my pants.
anything else, Nick? Hey,
No, I'm good.
no, I was just asking if you had anything.
oh,
No, a lot of the stuff that we're ready for Halo, we won't know what's going to happen. So
No.
we just got to be prepared that they're going to bring us something great.
and it's going to look amazing. That
But
fucking
you-
trailer, like,
He even hit it on the nail of the head, though. It's back to the original
Like the art style, they went back
of
to a
Master
more...
Chief. That's why it makes me think it's going to be a prequel, because we're back on the ring.
We're
back on this.
But he's always had the same helmet.
They've concluded, but regardless of your like theories, though, they have publicly stated this will continue the story of Master Chief from Halo 5. They have
Flashback.
Oh,
could be.
or flash forwards and flash sideways, like Lost.
Look at this.
Why'd you gotta go there, man?
Spoilers.
Why you going there? Why you going there? Oh,
Spoilers.
well,
Master Chief is dead, and
that doesn't spoil much other than just give you an idea that things go completely sideways at some point for
By the way,
those...
in Lost, they're all dead.
I'm sorry, but that show has... It's been out for a while, guys.
No, I know. I've seen it.
I watched all
At
6 seasons.
this point, I think I'm funny.
The last 2 were stupid.
That was a beautiful reaction,
So,
though.
let's get back with the E3 stuff. Then.
Alright, back on track.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of that, actually, there is a game that Mr. Matt Johnson over here has kind of had a
Nerd on.
for, and it's from, who is it from?
From Software?
Software and Activision, and it was a world premiere that's going to be happening on Xbox.
Yeah.
It is called...
Sekiro Shadows Died Twice?
Yep.
Ooh.
Sekiro.
Twice.
Shadows Die Twice. Would you like to give us a lowdown on that?
From Software.
So, From Software is the creators of Demon Souls, Dark Souls, the whole trilogy, and Bloodborne. And this game looks completely amazing, and it's got the feel of going into, if you haven't played Bloodborne, because that is a PS4 exclusive. You know what?
Continue.
This guy.
Go into
Anyways,
Guns, man. Guns.
well, I didn't really see any guns in the samurai setting, but however,
Ninja tools.
the ninja tools, the abilities that you will have in this game, the fighting sequences look amazing, like they did in Bloodborne or Dead Souls 3, because Dead Souls 3 was pretty epic as well. And this game being able to be on Xbox and PlayStation just makes me excited, because From Software they make games specifically hard to be able to be beaten by some of the best people to play the games. I love that.
Yeah, the art behind it looks beautiful.
Yeah, the artwork, the swordplay, like, it was ingenious. Even the grappling hook going up, and somebody just buzzed.
The hidden shields.
Yes, that was yeah.
Who does not like samurai katana swordwork? It's gonna be fantastic.
No one at From Software, that's for sure.
But
Well, it's been kind of a reoccurring theme lately, like with Nero.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, it's definitely on the rise as of late. The feudal era Japan.
And me and Lynn both talked about. I can't remember when we talked about this, because we said it was going to be either like a Bloodborne sequel, or it's going to be one that's going to be like Japanese.
Yeah, watching the actual gameplay almost reminded me of like God of War style fighting scenes and stuff like that, just on a more epic scale.
But at the same time, it keeps true to like the Demon Souls and Dark Souls, where you are of death and you will never escape it.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you have to deal it.
Yeah, you will die, and you will have to repeat those things that killed you over and over again until you get past it.
Or you go insane.
Or that too. Hopefully,
Put the
it's
game-
not going to be
put
like
the game
Demon
down and walk
Souls,
away
where
raging.
that game actually criticized
Punish
you
you.
and punished you for dying and made it harder in the beginning. But if
Yes.
it does, I'm still going to be... Yeah. I'm having a nerdgasm. I'm sorry.
Ready for the next big title?
Full nerdgasm. Let's move on, guys. Absolutely.
Alright. The next big title, world premiere on the Xbox, Fallout 76. Yeah.
Bethesda.
Prequel to all the Fallout games.
My only thoughts on this is what we do know is they're going MMO style with it. They're claiming, I haven't listened to the full interview by insert developer's name.
Bethesda.
Howard something. The
Bethesda.
lead guy.
Oh,
The lead guy from Bethesda that's
yeah,
developing this game.
Yeah.
But in his interview, he talks about how this is going to be on a scale of basically the majority of the people, the interaction in the game is players with other players. There's going to be some creatures, some robots, but there's not going to be any NPCs is what they're claiming. They're claiming it's going to be basically a survival-based game where you interact with other players in the world of Fallout.
And it's going to be 4 times larger.
Than Fallout
Fallout
4. That's what they're saying. So, my only wonder is, I'm very curious, and I'm sure they'll pull through. Bethesda's a powerhouse of a company when it comes to game content. I'm very curious what...
Elder Scrolls.
Exactly. And we'll get there in a moment.
Hey.
But
May the griefing begin.
Exactly.
I'm just very curious what they're going to implement that's going to continue an open world Fallout game where the player base is what drives the narrative. Because there's no NPCs to drive the narrative, so I'm just very curious as to what's going to keep players going.
Well,
you know,
how big was Fallout 4? It was pretty big for a game.
The world itself was like gigantic. Like
massive.
This is supposed to be 4 times bigger.
That's my point.
That's intense.
How full or empty is that massive world going to be?
I think
And-
it's going to be.
And
good.
are they going to get rid of fast travel?
That would be silly.
I doubt that. I don't know where that comes into play. That's a crazy suggestion, Len.
Why would you even?
Why would
say
you throw that out there?
Like that would suck.
Because I could grief one village, fast travel to a shed I have built on the other side of the map, and grief another village. Grief. Also, getting back to our Sony Xbox thing, it'd be nice if I could grief my friends on Xbox.
Sony, are you listening?
You go, son. Sorry, side conversation.
We're talking to the group out here. They're having a side conversation. Hello, people.
We're just planning the next move or direction for the show.
Well, unfortunately, some of their exclusives that they released were rehashes of last year's E3.
Like, let's say this. We know when it's coming.
Right.
But are we excited? And what game are we talking about, Nick?
Crackdown 3.
Terry Crews Mania. Am I right? Now,
I never played the first 2.
okay, well,
I know you did.
I did.
It's top-down shooter destruction of glory.
Like,
It's just
the first
crazy.
2 are amazing. They're fun. It's GTA 5 on steroids. It's like throwing a superhero. It's like throwing Kal-El into GTA 5.
You have like superhuman
Give me a
strength,
super soldier and just create mayhem in an open world city.
bazookas.
So the thing is, Matthew, we got a hell of a lot of Terry Crews in this. In the game footage.
Is
So,
there such thing as too much Terry Crews?
I guess here's the thing. We got a date finally for this game, though. What is it? February
Yes.
22nd.
2019.
This is coming out in June, so people would automatically probably assume February's
it
around
could
the
be
corner.
2020.
But you're right, Matthew. You're
the
right.
game's already out.
No.
No. Anyway, so Crackdown 3, they overhyped it in last E3, claiming mass world destruction, cloud-based things, like all the data was going to be run through the cloud, it was going to be streamed so that they could pull off all these graphical things. And sweet, cool. And then they came to E3 with a with a mediocre trailer that looked like downgraded graphics, and it didn't showcase the city destruction, and fans were just like, what the heck? They went dark for a whole year. They went dark. Nothing about development or changes. And then we finally get a trailer with a date, and in that trailer, okay, cool. It doesn't seem like they changed too much. It looks decent, it looks fluid. They showed a lot of explosions, but no city damage. So I'm left being like, they were at that point where they're either not gonna make any money on it, or what we need to just say, hey, it's coming. Like, what else can they do at that point?
But as a player, I'm kind of happy that if they took that extra year just to make sure it's polished when it comes out.
I
and
mean,
to make sure that there's no bugs that happen. Like
that's the hopeful perspective, and we're gonna see when it comes out. Crazy thing, that's a first-party title. If you have Game Pass, you're gonna get access to it automatically
as soon as it releases.
At least it wasn't like sorry, I'm not trying to throw anyone on the bus, but an EA thing where we're making a game, but now you have 6 months less, and we want it the same quality. Okay, so we're gonna cut half the stuff out. No, they took an extra year to get it done. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it if the proof's in the pudding when we see it. And me and Matt are Game Pass holders right now, so come February, we'll give it a try, and we'll come back on the show and tell you guys what Crackdown's all about, and if it's worth it.
Yeah, or if I uninstall it within the first 20 hours.
Or minutes, depending on how bad it is or not. Anyway, we just wanted to mention Crackdown 3 because it was one of those unique cases where there was overhype, it went dark, and hey, now there's a date. So we'll come back in February and tell you guys what we think.
But you know what? You already brought it up, so I think it's important to touch on it a little bit. Xbox made a very big point to push Game Pass.
The Game Pass, yeah.
They came out with games specifically for it. Their new game developers that they have.
The new studios they added.
Yep.
And anything they produce for the next gen that's exclusive. As you guys know, Game Pass works. There's around 100 titles they rotate through every couple months. Kind of like Netflix. Difference is you can download the games to your hard drive and play them. So it's kind of like any music streaming service like Apple Music or Amazon Amazon Prime Music. You can download the songs to your device so you can listen to them, or in the case of Xbox, play the games without being connected to the internet once you have the game on your system. That means there's no streaming, there's no buffering, there's no slowdowns. And within those titles, Microsoft promises all first-party exclusives, or first parties period, to be available upon the same day the game launches. So, like with the case of Sea of Thieves being the first premier first-party release, that was available same day. Day at store, day on Game Pass. I could download it the day it came out. $10.
More recently, State of Decay.
State of Decay 2. I just downloaded that this week. It's awesome. $9.99 a month. I just wanted to throw that quick plug in. But what's the thing they showcased, Nick? What got us excited about Game Pass? Aside from all of that.
Fast Start?
Fast Start? What is Fast Start?
They a lot of times people are seeing with these downloaded games that you're having some issues with some of the games starting up a little bit slow. Load time.
Well, and then in the past, when you install games, it would say, "Oh, I can start now." They used to promise you could start some of the game while it was mid-install or mid-download. And half the time,
and it was lies.
Yeah, and half the time you'd play a few minutes or get into part of the world, and the rest will be locked out because it's still waiting to finish. So what are they promising us this time?
they came up with new technology that's actually going to make it all work faster. They're implementing it into a lot of the games that are on the Game Pass specifically just to make it faster unloading, so people don't have to wait for it.
Yeah, so they're promising us twice the speed
Yep.
that you can then jump in. As you know, once you click download, it's twice as fast now, and people are going to be able to jump into their games twice as fast to get just going right into it.
Yep, correct.
It's cool if you're already a Game Pass player. That's exciting. Lynn?
I have a question. What is that any different from PlayStation Now?
Mm-hmm. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I heard PlayStation Now is going to incorporate downloadable games now. Are you aware of that at all?
Well, right now it's like I have it pulled up on mine, and it's over 850 plus titles.
Well, no. What we're talking about is PlayStation Now is streaming only, right? It doesn't download the physical game to your console. It just starts letting you play off the server.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
That's what I was aware.
Well, Game Pass this last year was Xbox's response to PlayStation Now.
It was the competitive offering to PlayStation Now. The only difference is Microsoft has less titles available, but they're including the first-party options on same-day launch, and they're including the ability to physically download the game completely in its entirety onto your hard drive, so there's minimal load times. It plays like any other game that you would install.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the key difference.
I didn't know the difference.
I know PlayStation Now has a much larger library, but Xbox's edge is they're trying to include first-party, exclusive same-day launch.
I'm thinking they're aiming for quality over quantity.
Yeah, they're just that's the angle Microsoft's taking.
And like you said, with like the kind of like the Netflix type of thing, they add games to it, and then they'll take games that were less popular and take them out to add other games that might be more beneficial.
Like this last month, we just got Fallout 4 on there.
Yeah, that got dumped on there.
Fallout 4, The Division, and Elder Scrolls Tamriel.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah, and Elder Scrolls Online is also freely downloadable with Game Pass. And one quick aside to Game Pass. Go on.
Do you guys like RPGs?
I like RPGs.
How would you feel about being able to play with some of your favorite children's shows characters like Hercules, Olaf, Elsa, Goofy, Mickey?
Now you've gone crazy.
Hold up.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Are you talking
Mike Wazowski.
like Mickey Mouse?
Yeah. And kick
Are we
butt with Mickey
talking
Mouse and
about
Donald and all that.
PlayStation right now?
No, we're talking about Xbox. Xbox Premiere. Kingdom Hearts 3.
That is right. They did announce that at E3 for Xbox.
Guys, are we being a little cheesy with our reactions?
No.
No, not even.
No,
Continue.
like,
No, I'm
seriously,
kidding.
Kingdom Hearts was another game for PlayStation that it's nostalgic, and it was fun as hell to play.
And up until now, PlayStation has held dominance over it, and no one has been able to touch it. But now, we're now getting it on Xbox.
Mind blown. Thing for me, though, is because the game is so old, at least since the last sequel, I've been able to purchase an extremely cheaply used PS2 in order to play those games.
Well, yeah,
But for the current modern day user, yes, they've made no updates or efforts to bring it to other consoles.
But we're gonna throw this out here too, and I gotta give PlayStation some props here. With the release of Kingdom Hearts 3, you can get a special pack on PlayStation that gives you every game of Kingdom Hearts with the third one. You get all three of them
that is pretty cool.
in one package.
That way you can start from the beginning and work your way up.
If you're a new player, yeah.
But I'm still excited that I'm going to be able to finally get to play it.
Yeah, my wife is excited because
play as Goofy.
She played the PlayStation versions, which is why I have copies of them.
Mm-hmm.
But because we we main an Xbox in the household. She's excited that it's coming to that.
Yeah, but this one we're going to actually get into. They're going to bring in Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph. More Toy Story.
Oh, let's not forget. Toy Story.
Yeah,
the Toy Story world.
Monsters, Inc.
Monsters Inc. I think a little Baymax is in there.
Yeah. It's going to be some interesting
Hero
stuff
6.
that we haven't been able to actually see, which will be cool. And that whole RPG.
In the context of
settings.
Kingdom Hearts, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's visually gorgeous.
It's definitely worth the wait for a sequel.
The graphic power of today's consoles have brought those Pixar characters up to the level of classic Pixar films. Like, some of the graphics of the Toy Story characters look better than the 1995 Toy Story movie itself.
Yeah.
Who's ready for some Keyblade action?
Xbox One X enhanced, I believe.
Yeah.
When they said.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
So, 4K? Really?
Did you say porqué?
No, I said 4K.
Sorry,
butter?
speaking to our Spanish listeners. Porque is why, and porque means because. This.
Yes.
So, Len, when you cringe, I feel like I need to cut things out.
He's like, you are so stupid.
All right. Now that we've spilled
Cut that out
those,
too.
Anyway,
the
sorry.
next topic.
Yes.
To es muy buena vergüenza.
Oh, well
So-
then. Moving on. Sorry, Nick.
Someone's been enjoying some times on the high seas.
Army matey. Yes, Sea of Thieves. At E3, they talked about...
We forgot about that.
They talked about
I
two, basically expansions to the game that they're going to be doing. One was actually released recently, The Forsaken Shores, which you no longer have to worry about.
The Boundary of Doom.
You still do, but the Kraken is no longer the main thing you have to worry about now, or other pirates.
What?
It's a shark. It's a very large shark. Megalodon.
A megalodon? The mythical megalodon?
Megalodon.
Is Jason Statham going to help?
Are we gonna get any tips
No,
from Meg?
The movie.
The movie Meg,
No.
featuring
No,
Jason
I'm sorry.
Statham.
This is before.
about a megalodon.
So
Way before. And there's pirates.
when you first start the game, you have to set out and talk to a guy that's faced off against the Megalodon. And then he sends you on a couple of quests. And you have to sit there and get a drum.
We're talking about like a rain dance sort of thing,
kind
where
of
we're
thing,
trying
yeah.
to summon the rain.
And you have to play a certain song with this drum. And your whole crew.
Probably Wipeout.
I would imagine.
No, the song of the
1966,
storm.
It's
the song of the storm.
Song of the Storm.
Song of Storm.
Strong choice, Lynn. Strong choice.
I like your style. But anyways, you summon it, and it's always in the same position. And it's... Yeah. And...
Position.
on the map.
How does
On the map.
okay.
On the map. You,
I was
you have
curious.
to seek out this area on the map,
Okay.
and you summon the Megalodon, and it comes out, and you are in a fight to the death because you have to kill it. You cannot run away from it, or you will die.
Like we lucky few that did a few couple times in the past
Well, yeah, with the Kraken.
with the Kraken. Yeah.
This is not the Kraken. It will eat the ship, actually.
Whew.
So,
Release the Kraken.
anyways, and then the next one
Rage
is
Timer.
Cursed Sails, and that's actually supposed to release next month or late August. Yeah. And this is funny because, well, no, not funny, but these
Ironic.
DLCs or
Content
drops are free. They load them into the game.
Is the Cursed
As
Sails
an
the
update.
one that's going to have the ships of the undead?
Yes.
Yeah. Gonna go
What?
full freaking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Zombies.
Skeleton Cruise.
Are we serious in presuming that Rare, a company that makes fantastic games for over 30 years, is allowing DLC content to drop for free?
Yes.
This is very
And
unorthodox.
if you don't want to buy it for $60, get the Game Pass for $9.99, and you can try it for yourself.
This is true too. If you're unwilling to buy the base game,
I bought the base game when it first came out because I was hyped up for it.
Gotta love Game Pass.
we were excited anyway.
We were
But
playing the alpha and the beta, and yeah, we're good.
all the way, alpha to beta,
Alpha to beta.
alpha to beta to base.
Charlie.
We were
What?
Zeta.
Really?
we were talking about skipping this one, but I think Matt would have a conniption if we did. So
No, we
Matt, Forza.
Playground.
Oh, I was not willing to skip that.
Really?
Thanks for including me in the conversation,
Oh,
guys.
sorry.
You weren't in here.
I know I took a quick break to go family things. Hard cut now being revealed.
It was-
All right.
So, Playground
2 against
revealed.
3.
Huh?
It was 2 against 1. We were
It was
gonna
two
skip
against
it.
one.
Yeah, we were fine with it.
All right. Fair
So-
enough. Let's do a quick coverage on this because I like the major change they're implementing into the world of this game. So,
Yeah.
so go into it.
Is it kind of shared?
What?
I'm on a boat.
Hold on.
I'm on Forza
be.
Horizon
Sure.
4.
I know.
Right?
I know.
And what they're implementing in this game is a shared open world.
I really
And that-
played.
I know.
And-
so in previous content, it was just okay. It was like okay, we see the avatars of other players,
Right.
but this is going to be physically. I'm driving my car down the road, and you come up next to me,
and I could just
and
bump into
I
you.
I
Yep.
wasn't joining the multiplayer game. You just happened to be there.
Yep.
Yeah. And what it looks like is you're actually looking at the different vehicles that are in there. The majority of all the vehicles you'll see in Forza are actually players.
Like
Yeah,
99% of them.
So, like in Forza Horizon 3, when you were playing, or any of the other Forza Horizons, it would actually be like the person's gamer tag and not really their car.
It'd be
it-
like
it
in
was
early mobile games where you play, I don't know, in multiplayer matches and you're playing against the players' characters and their stats, but you're not physically playing with them.
Right. And with this, you're literally going to be seeing
Ghost Fighters.
chaos, basically. I think.
It's
And I
an
think, yeah,
it's
just being
basically Lynn, it's an MMO with cars.
And
and the landscapes, like when they
Seasons.
the seasons.
dynamic seasons.
That's huge.
Dedicated server they're claiming for this to happen. So like in the morning when you experience a tornado or an ice storm, everyone else across the continent is going to experience the exact same storm at the exact same time. So if you saw, like, let's say an ice storm in the morning and someone else saw it in the morning and I didn't get on till later in the night, you're like, yeah, dude, this happened in the morning. I'm like, oh man, I missed it. It's frozen lakes already. It's going to actually physically dynamically change the environment to the point where places where you couldn't drive, like a lake, are going to be frozen over in the wintertime, and you're going to actually be able to drive over the lake suddenly. In it all
Looks
dynamically.
I'm only playing in the winter.
And they're also jumping on the bandwagon with massive multiplayer online public events.
Yes. So that
Lynn is so excited.
what that means. So like with Forza Horizon 3, you had to physically like get into like a party of say like 16 people to do a community type thing. Or this,
A public event?
yeah. Well,
A heroic public event?
That's very familiar for
okay,
some.
Destiny 2, the lover. Okay, don't get me wrong, I love Destiny 2. Anyways,
Only if he was on it more often.
Called out.
He caught me.
Should have worn the Deadpool Bullet Bay.
What the? You guys.
Come on, man. Like Salt Bay, we got the
Spit it
Deadpool
out.
meme Bullet Bay.
I got you.
I'll throw that up there.
Alright, so. It's just going to make it just even that much more epic as far as like an online racing game.
It's going to
goes.
make the experience immersive.
Yes. And you're going to want to play this game continuously because things are going to change drastically in the game. And it's going to be chaotic.
It's almost like developers thought that gamers had all this exponential free time to make all their games super inclusive and nonstop ongoing. It's like, yeah, man, I got 80 hours a week to dump into this. Sure.
In a week.
Excessively sarcastic right now, but I'm implying that this whole open world games as a service, I mean, all of us love Destiny 2, and we have previous hosts, and some of us have played World of Warcraft and similar life-sucking, franchises that the world of gaming is really kind of trying to open itself up to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just throwing that out there as a side note.
I think developers are listening to the gamers for the very first time.
Right, it's our
basically.
fault that's happening. It's our fault that they're going this way because developers are actually listening to what gamers want in most respects, in a lot of respects lately. So it's really our fault.
So keep it up, players.
Yeah. So keep it going. If you guys want to obsessively lose yourself in a digital world, developers are listening.
Ready Player One? Oh, sorry, what?
There's developers working on a Ready Player One simulation actually right now.
Oh, right.
We'll talk about that at another time, because right now we're covering E3. There he is.
World premiere for Xbox. Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
The Division 2, say what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about this. I've actually sampled a little bit. I never got hooked into the first Division game, but I did play a little bit of it, and I played a little bit of it after the fact of them. They kind of did a little bit of a Destiny 1 thing where, they had a lot of crap hit the fan. A lot of shit hit the fan.
Yes.
But they pulled through. They pulled through in being dedicated to trying to fix what they launched and bring it to a point where it's a game that a lot of fans going into it were hoping it would be on launch day. They brought it to a utopian... That's a little excessive. They brought it to a happy place for a lot of fans. To what they...
Back to what
Happy,
brought
a happy
them back,
medium.
basically.
Yeah, exactly. And they brought back the fan base to it's a looter shooter like Diablo 3 or Destiny 2. It was its own thing, a third person shooter, and they brought it back to a point where fans could actually love, support, and enjoy it. And right on the cusp of bringing it back to these glory days, they unload on us. By the way, we've also been working on the sequel. Boom, and here we go. So, quick thoughts on the trailer. We got to see some actual gameplay, guys, that looked pretty fun and exciting.
Oh, it looked...
Aside from the cheesy scripted moments, copy that, Roger. Over here, guys, on to my left, to my six. No gamer does that in real life.
Because it actually showed some tactical stuff you can actually do.
I know. I just wanted to point out. I thought it was funny. I'm not criticizing it for that. But, these E3 reveals, they do a lot of scripted, like Anthem. We'll talk about that shortly. A lot of scripted chatter.
Visuals
Scripted chatter.
of this game are ridiculous. And for me, I played The Division when it first came out, and I loved the game for what it was. And then I lost track of it very fast because I beat it and couldn't really like level up any further, and they didn't offer anything else.
The end game portion of it.
Yeah, this you could actually choose the style of person that you are going to be playing as, sharpshooter or survivalist or what's the third one? Commando. Yeah. Those three as like your main choices of person, and then with the visuals of this game, I think this is going to be completely epic. I don't think it's going to fall short.
I think they learned from
what they
the first
failed.
division.
Yeah, what they failed in the first one, they brought back, got people back, and I think they're going to continue building a fan base with Division 2. Which you could play the Division with the Game Pass.
Yes, that's on there now. If you guys, anyone wants to catch up.
And you can also
sweet.
sign up for the beta for the Division 2.
Yes,
By
get
the
it
way,
if you want to.
I've already signed up.
Get it
So I
on.
will see you there.
Get on that beta.
Get on the beta.
We didn't see much for it, but one of the studios that Microsoft brought in, called Creature Studios, is coming out with a game called Session. And the only thing I saw in it, it almost looked like they're bringing us back to Tony Hawk days. I saw some open world skating going on.
It reminded me of, it's like basically Skate versus, or meets Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
And that looks freaking epic.
I don't know about you guys, but I spent hours on those Tony Hawk games.
Oh, heck yeah. Getting scores like 199,000. Sorry.
Ooh la la.
But we don't have much on that, but we'll get to it when we get in the future with it.
As we learn more, we'll come back around. What we got next, Nick?
Next, actually, Mr. Lynn Dungeon over here brought up a game that he actually liked Xbox for. They're coming out with Cuphead in the Delicious Last Course.
Some DLC for our infamous Cuphead release.
Yes.
Yeah. Exclusive to that. Looks like they're adding in some new stuff. You have some other playable characters you could play as. So,
have you had any opportunities to try Cuphead, Lynn? Like through someone else, or because it's Xbox
I don't know my
exclusive?
You can get it on a computer too.
Oh,
yeah.
have you tried it?
Xbox Anywhere.
No.
I've actually been able to play it.
Damn.
it's great.
I want to though.
I played it on computer.
You can do it on. Yeah, you can.
I've watched a lot of people play it, but I haven't actually been able to play it myself.
Okay. I just was curious, so I just threw that question out. But
Yeah. All right. This is actually one a lot of people are excited for because we all have our favorite types of shows and shared universes and stuff. Bandai Namco is coming out with a conglomeration of everything anime lovers love.
this looked on the level of epic that I would expect from a Kamehameha explosion.
Think
Dragon Ball fans out there.
One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z all in one thing.
But man, One Punch Man.
Mm-hmm.
It actually they're not throwing in One Punch. I don't think, are they?
I thought you just said that.
One
I wouldn't be
Piece.
surprised
Oh, One
if they
Piece.
Yeah, One Piece. Well, One Punch is actually a parody of the Shonen Jump style. So I don't think they
Yeah.
do that because it actually makes fun of the whole thing.
Either
didn't.
way,
Fair enough.
But the game is called Jump Force. It's a massive...
This is if Michael Bay
fighter.
got his hands on some freaking Dragon Ball Z and decided to
yeah.
come all over it. Sorry for the reference. I think that sounds explosive. Anyway, guys, go watch the trailer. It's insane.
It looks nice. It looks great.
Or
If you ever wanted Naruto to
even that or
fight Goku, no, you can
the
fight. Now you can do
character
that.
reveal.
The what?
Well, then,
The character reveal for it, where they had like Naruto fighting Frieza,
Yeah.
was pretty freaking
And
badass.
Goku fighting, what's his name? One Piece.
I don't know his name either.
It was all very epic.
Wasn't that One
Luffy?
Piece?
Yeah.
Fighting Luffy?
Yeah. That was, yeah.
Very epic. Anyway, that sounds like a really exciting title to keep our eyes out for.
And Techland is bringing us a game that someone talked about earlier. Dying Light 2?
Dying Light 2.
Someone was excited over here.
Yeah, another nerdgasm. I love Dying Light.
It was a sticky mess.
It's a zombie apocalypse game where you're facing off against real people and zombies all at the same time. And they keep getting harder and harder, and the hordes get bigger and bigger. And, yeah, it's a fun game.
But they're changing it up a bit.
What?
They're actually doing some... there's going to be missions and stuff you can do for different factions. And whatever missions and decisions you make in the game will affect the entire world around
Yes. Which
Hopefully
is
that-
huge.
Take some of the plateau away. That'd be nice.
you. Yeah.
I'll be a good guy the whole time.
So yeah, but Dying Light is kind of known for its parkour style moves, where you're jumping across buildings and running.
Yeah,
and doing
it's like
different stuff.
it's like Mirror's Edge meets Zombie Apocalypse.
which
Yeah.
is
Meets
pretty
Dead Island.
badass. Yeah,
Mirror's Edge meets Dead Island.
yeah.
Yes, no,
Yes.
perfect. That's perfect. Yes.
And I'm sorry, I about lost my shit. They started a little comic strip pretty much going across the screen, and I saw the tongue hit the title part.
Oh snap!
And-
And we talked, Nicholas. We talked about this during our games we wish they'd bring back. It was part of our TV shows and games we wish they'd bring back, and we talked about it being on Rare Replay.
Yeah.
and we thought there was something there that turned out to not
Yeah,
be
that turned
correct.
to be false.
And you said in your own words, "No, I just want a brand new one. I want just a completely brand new one." And what is that brand new game they're bringing back that you were just wishing for back then?
And nostalgic.
Battletoads 3.
Oh snap! They've gone and done it, guys.
No, and it's not just that they've gone and done it. They're bringing back player couch freaking co-op,
Co-op.
so you can play at home, hang out, and just jam like old times.
Or online.
With what appears to be probably a modern day graphical twist.
There'll be an update. They're
Yeah.
still going to keep it as a side scroller, most likely.
Sure, absolutely.
But
Classic arcade
Yeah.
play, but yeah.
Battletoads bring back memories.
yeah, just
Battletoads memories.
there was a lot of other things that came out. Square Enix, Just Cause 4. That was an intense trailer.
I heard that they revamped some engine build for this one because the dynamic weather, how you can utilize the weather against
Tornadoes and
players. You could literally open up your glider or parachute and just ride that freaking tornado up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks insane and also bigger than any of the previous titles. Lynn, any thoughts on that? No?
I don't know. I enjoyed Just Cause 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the zip line, you could pull yourself and stay up in the air pretty much permanently. So, and rain
Yeah.
down rockets everywhere.
Yeah, I played
mean,
some...
Probably the biggest thing I liked about Just Cause 3 was being able to drop the bomber in on top of a tank and then take off in the bomber and bomb a base.
You know,
That is huge.
the most fascinating side note I want to make here right now is just how dynamic your background is as we're going through this show.
They'll keep it fresh.
That's right.
And Xbox is staying true to their titles that their fans love. They actually hit us with a few different things coming out for Gears of War.
3 things.
Yes.
Specifically. Like, we were wondering before E3 landed. Hey! Am I the only one? No. Lynn, stay on top of this, man.
Yeah.
Look, man.
It's Joe's Playhouse.
Couple seconds. Anyway,
Word of the day.
word of the
Just
day.
Playhouse with fear.
So, just like Halo, we're like, it's been a while. Are we going to get a teaser? We finally got that. Gears of War is on that plateau of, are we going to hear what's next?
Yeah.
And what do we get, Nick?
Gears of War 5.
5, but let's preface the introduction of 5 by
What they showed on the screen?
a trailer of
There was two trailers.
so the first one I saw. I must have missed
Funko Pops?
I must have missed the XCOM one, but the Funko Pop characters popping up on screen, and a lot of people at first thought, I heard over the interwebs, they thought that this was just a joke, like a little comical intro, and then they released the title that this is a mobile
mobile
game in pop figure form called Gears Pops.
Yeah.
We're like, what? And people were upset until
Cuteness
finally.
and gore. And then I'm actually a big fan of tactical style games. If any of you ever played the XCOM games, yeah, if you've ever played, now you can do it in Gears of War. Gears Tactics.
Now you can do tactically, yes.
Yeah, Gears Tactics is a tactic style game, but the whole thing is based 10 years before the original.
Crazy move here, though, is it's PC exclusive.
Yeah.
I know, what the heck, Microsoft? This is not a play anywhere. It's an interesting move.
I think what they're going to do is make it PC exclusive.
Which
and
is
then later
fine.
figure
I mean,
out how it does and then port it.
Maybe. That's possible. That's always open.
Just saying, tactics games tend to work a lot better on PC.
They do.
I know,
They
and that's
do.
where I was going with that, Lynn, is, say that was the choice reason, is it is more manageable with a mouse and keyboard. So, who knows?
Yeah, Gears of War 5, though. Back on that topic.
But let's jump back into the main
We see Marcus's
excitement.
son, Marcus, in the trailer. But
They
it
brought
looks
him
like-
back.
Yeah.
People were wondering if he was going to continue in the series at all.
Yeah.
So, with JD Phoenix,
It looks like they're
Phoenix's son
Yeah.
was in Gears 4.
Mhm.
But what we learn through this reveal is it's focused on the chick.
It's focused on a girl.
Kate.
Kate.
So it's focusing on her, which is an interesting direction it's going to go in. Because they introduced Phoenix's son in the previous one. So, and it's cool that he's still around.
Yeah.
The old fart is still ticking, at least as an anecdote to the
now.
as an anecdote to the plot.
Right.
And I thought it would have been hard for them to completely, get rid of him. Lynn, why are you licking your mic?
Because
Doing
we can't
what?
hear that. I don't know.
Why are you? This is a podcast too, so not everyone saw what you did. So when I call it out, man, I'm just come on.
He was tonguing his
You were
mouthpiece.
tonguing your mouthpiece there.
It was kind of hot.
Dude.
No, okay, we can move on. Sorry, Lynn. Sorry for calling you out.
All right, the last on our list for Xbox.
Hold on.
Okay.
We skipped one.
What did we skip?
Good.
Capcom's world premiere. 10 years in the making. We were just talking about it with
Lead it to it.
Lynn.
Lead us in, Matthew.
It was a PlayStation exclusive
Was
until Devil May Cry 4.
Oh, yeah.
10 years now in the making, we will now have Devil May Cry 5.
five. We're talking figuratively, Lynn. It's been 10 years since Devil May Cry 4.
Oh,
Yes.
it is Devil
And-
May Cry 5.
Yes.
I know. He's implying that it's been 10 years since the previous title.
Oh,
Yes.
That's all. Since 2008. Here we
Which-
go.
Which, by the way, is
World premiere.
huge. And it was a world premiere.
For Xbox.
And the gameplay looked freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, did I see him? He has like a fake arm now.
It's picking off from where Devil May Cry 4 was with the... It's not Dante, is it? It's a different
It's
guy.
Nero.
Yeah.
But you play as Dante as well at the same time.
Ooh.
So,
Little character swapping back and
Yes.
forth. Ooh.
and Nero's abilities seem to have gained exponentially to where he can change his hand into what he wants.
It's like a Swiss Army knife of
Yes.
Doom.
And the gameplay and the trailer, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looked intense.
Go,
And-
Gadget may cry.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They brought out the creator of it, and they're boasting that this is the greatest action game they have ever created.
Yes. And largest.
Mm-hmm.
But it still has male female cast.
Size matters.
Hey, I mean,
You know what?
way to be relevant and present.
But I'm sorry, Devil May Cry kind of pioneered the whole that hack and slash style, the intensity of it,
Yes.
and other ones strapped onto it like God of War and all them. But
Devil May Cry, for me, like, that was like one of the only reasons, well, that and God of War actually, were the one reason I had a PlayStation. That game
it was fantastic.
was fantastic, and it was fun to play over and over and over again. And I will probably play this game over and over and over again.
One can hope. For your money's worth.
You know what? I will do a let's play with that game and do tutorials with that. So, mark my words, people.
You heard it here first, fans, listeners, YouTubers. Alright, guys. Hey, we are definitely gonna have to do a part 2 of E3 coverage. We do want to cover Sony and Nintendo, but like last year's tradition, we had a lot more to talk about with our Microsoft fandom. However, we're going to wrap up the show with a multi-console release on these last couple games. When the first one I want to briefly talk about is we finally have a reveal date for BioWare / E3's new looter shooter game. I said EA, I thought. Sorry if I said E3.
You said E3.
I'm sorry, let me reiterate. BioWare / EA's looter shooter competition to Destiny, or in whatever that may be. Anthem. We finally have a release for BioWare's new huge IP, Anthem, and that is February 22nd, 2019. And anyone playing the home game, that is the 3rd or 20th game coming out the 3rd week of February. A lot of big titles are coming out that time. So it's going to be very interesting to see which one comes out on top, sales-wise, player base-wise, you name it.
I think Anthem's going to take it all, to be honest. Because BioWare themselves, as a company, they know how to make their games.
Well, and let's reverse that just so the people listening and watching don't think we're idiots.
True.
We're fully aware that BioWare comes in groups of develop. Sorry, I know you're like looking confused because I'm stuttering over my words here. BioWare comes in more than one flavor when it comes to create. They don't just make one title.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that because the people that made Mass Effect Andromeda were not the same group that made the original trilogy of Mass Effect games.
Mm-hmm.
Much to the chagrin of fans and the loss in sales and criticisms for poor opening released developed bugs and other things. That being said,
I'd still hit it.
I'd still hit it too. They made corrections. They fixed a lot of what was broken upon release. But we're not here to talk about that. The original developers, I think it's the Montreal division of BioWare that worked on the original trilogy of Mass Effect. This is their new baby and their new IP. The masters of storytelling out of BioWare that made Mass Effect 1 through 3 worked on Anthem.
But yeah, I would say it's more like Mass Effect than Destiny. It's supposed to be more of an action RPG.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like it's supposed to be one of those games that's coming out to try to take one of the big names out.
I don't think it'll take Destiny though.
Destiny.
It's just it's more so just like kind of the competitive player on the field that could be compared a lot to Destiny, because they're going with a games as service format where they continue to release content to keep the player playing.
Right.
And it does reward loot, weapons, and other things by grinding through the content. One of the key differences is BioWare is promising that because they are still a single player focused team that's trying to bring an open world multiplayer idea to their single player format. They are promising that you will still be able to solo all the story content of this game without any difficulty.
Right.
The game will have its challenges, but you don't need a team to enjoy it, is what they're promising.
Right.
They are introducing world events, and the one key difference, we all love Destiny here, but they weren't able to decide whether or not they could have dedicated servers. That's kind of out of their control. The one perk and difference that BioWare is bringing to the table is they have dedicated servers for Anthem, which is going to, one thing I was excited about seeing play out is that they're going to have weather seasonal events that happen for every player across the same dedicated servers. Like, so my buddy in New York who sees a storm coming in, I'm going to see that exact same storm if I'm in the same area as him. It's just like the Forza Motorsport thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, BioWare is pushing for dynamic world events and changes. Same thing with like plot options, or
So
I don't know.
I'm only going to play in the winter on this one too.
You might, man. So, aside from all that, another thing they
The abominable snowman. Sorry.
No, exactly. The other thing they revealed is that a differentiating factor from Destiny, where and I'm not upset about this, but I'm intrigued by what BioWare will do with this.
I'm upset.
Is class restrictions. There's absolutely zero class restrictions, because the way they don't base it on class, they base it on the suit you decide. The Javelin, which is the name for the suits that are available. There are 4 types of Javelins. There's the tank, the more mystical magic user, then you got your sharpshooter, and I forget. There's the differences between the other two. So there's 4 unique Javelins, which some people would look at as classes.
Oh, like a Titan, Warlock, and a Hunter?
With a 4th one in there. But you're not locked. But much like the Elder Scrolls games, you're not locked into any one class.
Right.
And it's going to be a little more dynamic. So what they're saying is at any time you could swap out for a different Javelin. So you can go from a tank to a magic user. And you're not
pretty epic,
so you're not locked in. And they also claim that the way they're developing like leveling up and difficulty of bosses is that they're saying that the main storyline content will still be. They're saying that they are going to implement reasons that a end level user is going to still benefit by Sherpa-ing new players through the old content. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Most people.
It has a hot swap mechanic like Skyforge with the classes.
Yeah, I'm thinking so based on what they're telling us and what we've seen. So it's going to be very interesting because BioWare wants to maintain that you can still enjoy the story, but they want to allow you to jump in and out of any given game with friends at any given time. So that's going to be the key factor in them being really successful, is seeing how fluid the dynamic of that comes out. Like, how much can a hardcore player enjoy it with newbies around, and how much can the single player person stay out of it and still enjoy the game? It's going to be very interesting. Any other thoughts with you guys to conclude on that game? Excitement or a wait and see perspective?
I'm excited.
You guys.
What?
Go ahead, Lynn.
I was gonna say. You guys tell me how it is. I'm gonna sit on the fence with my popcorn.
Not a problem. Use that
Same
popcorn
here,
emoji. Emote. I use it often. It's on the down D-pad.
Yeah.
Especially during a strike. Do you see this guy? Can you believe this? Wow. Destiny players know what I'm talking about. Sorry if that was confusing. So guys, hype level on Anthem. You're gonna wait and see.
I'm on the fence.
Lynn's gonna wait and see. Lynn's gonna wait and see.
It looks beautiful,
Very lukewarm.
but I just hope that's not all it is.
Very lukewarm. I'm gonna say I'm more on the warm side.
I'm gonna say I'm excited, but I'm sitting in the wait and see portion of that excitement.
Well, it's also partnered with EA again, and we know how EA does stuff.
But let's just really quick refresh your memory when EA did its conference and they revealed Battlefront 2 DLC coming out. They hardcore were like, and they got it was let's just say it was a very weak press conference because even the fans were like, yeah, really weak clapping. But they iterated multiple times in that 1 hour conference. No loot boxes. And they were hoping for cheering. They shouldn't be hoping for cheering. This is their apology to the fan base. They repeated several times, no loot boxes. We learned. No loot boxes. We're sorry. They said it several times. I'm not. And here's the thing: is BioWare said there will be cosmetic-based microtransactions in the game. They're telling us it's going to happen, but it's not loot boxes. Hey, it's going to be in the game. It's going to be part of it. It's an open world. It's an MMO-style shooter.
All I'm saying is it's EA. Half the stuff's going to be hidden behind.
I know,
the
but
wall.
all I'm saying, though, not to make this a completely new topic or subject, I'm rooting for BioWare. EA is promising to keep their shit out of this game as far as demanding shit that they shouldn't and upsetting fans. They said they're keeping their fingers out of it. That makes me hopeful. Again, that's why I'm at a wait and see. That's why I think everyone is at a wait and see.
That's where I'm at. Is like, I'm hoping that BioWare keep.
Yeah, sorry, Lynn. Yeah, we're gonna wait and see, and that we're going to look on the internet and see what everyone is saying about it before we buy or even try the game. Anyway, I think that's yeah. All right. Anyway.
All I gotta say is I personally think, like I said, Microsoft came out swinging. This was a powerful E3 for them.
I think, but
also Bethesda though.
Bethesda. We'll recap the rest of the conference.
We still there's other titles from Bethesda we got to hit on that were
we haven't we haven't hit everything. This show is run a little long. It's a little late. We're gonna have to cap it here, guys. So
there will be a part 2.
There will be a part 2
with Sony and Nintendo.
A little bit of Bethesda
and Punch. Sucker Punch.
There are some opinions to be shared, people. Land of the Ether.
And the Sandy.
It's just
E3
stuff.
Ether. E3. Alright, guys. Anyway, it's been long.
It's been strong.
Quick plugs. You guys can follow us on
friction
all social media. With that friction, go hit us up on. Come on, guys. Hold on. Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Nerdentials. Google us. You'll find us. You can also find all of that and all the other amazing content from all sources Nerdentials at nerdentialsmedia.com. You're fine. Pepper that in. nerdentialsmedia.com. And if I didn't say it enough the first time, nerdentialsmedia.com. Plus, join our Discord. Join the nerdy chat throughout the week, guys.
Yeah.
We are on Discord. I want to plug that so much right now. We have an open community of gamers, geeks, and nerds, and you want to join our conversation. If you want to make suggestions for future episodes that we talk about, anything,
Email us.
go click on that Discord. And
Or email us.
Or email us, nerdentials@gmail.com.
Or Twitter.
We like doing feedback.
Oh, the feedback.
We like backing the feeds of what you guys deliver to us. So please give us the feedback, and we'll talk about it.
So, Jessica on Facebook, you wanted more content, we're going to bring it to you.
We're bringing it to you. Glad you didn't have the withdrawal wasn't that bad. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Write us in. We can talk more about what you guys share with us on the show.
Stay nerdy.
And hey, the only way that we can make changes is if we get your feedback.
Yeah,
Like, if you don't like
what
something,
we're doing and you
let
say
us
we need
know.
to do something different, let us know.
Write us in. If you didn't like it, let us know. Or if you love it and want more of it, we like to hear that too. Anyway, guys, this has been your Nerdy Essentials for myself, Nick, Lynn, and Matthew. We're all here. As
I thought
always.
that was Kevin. Oh, sorry.
Damn it, Ginger! As always, nerds, we'll see you on the other
Other
side.
side.
That was really close, Lynn. We hesitated for a minute just to get you that much closer.
Sure.
Yeah, we did. We had the finger down already.
So close.